Hello and welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Frederick Dare. I am a therapist here in Atlanta. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share this video, and when you get a chance, hit that little bell so that you'll get notifications when I upload new videos. Today, we are talking about tips to identify emotional eating, the generational curse of eating. And so I wanted to talk about this topic because me myself suffer from emotional eating. Emotional eating is when, depending on your mood, you eat food, and usually that food is very unhealthy. For example, and I'll give you some real life scenarios. When I was working on my dissertation and I would be writing, and then I would send my revisions back to my professor, and then she would send them back and say, we're still not there, you need to fix this, this, and this. Next thing I know, I'm in the refrigerator and looking for some kind of ice cream or some kind of bag of potato chips or whatever I could get my hands on, unhealthy foods. Or if I was teaching a Zumba class and a student yelled at me or something, and or the music's too loud, which I would get often, and so then I would go home, and next thing riding home, I'll stop at a Burger King or Wendy's and get some kind of chicken sandwich, all unhealthy foods. Or if someone died in my family, I would deal with that by eating just unhealthy foods, and that's what emotional eating is. Depending on whatever mood you're in, you can be happy, things that will make me happy, and I still will go find myself eating some bad food, or I'll be sad and still eating some bad food, and this could last a long time, right? And so emotional eating, I've experienced it and I still experience it. I'll give you some tips on how to kind of combat that. But I thought it was really important to share that in case somebody's out there who doesn't know what emotional eating is, and they're eating it and they're wondering why they're not losing weight, or why now they're having, they're gaining weight, they're having physical health problems. And it could be emotional eating that you're not aware of. And so the next thing I wanted to talk about was binge eating. Binge eating, and I do participate in that as well, is if it connects to that emotional eating as well. If something was going wrong and I would go get a whole pizza and eat that whole thing for 2 hours, and then go get fries on top of that, and then get a milkshake on top of that, and next thing I know, I'm sitting here like, what did I just eat? And this is real, people. These things, I think a lot of people think these are just terms, emotional eating and binge eating, but they are real life eating disorders that you need help with, especially if it's impacting your functioning, or it's impacting your weight loss, or it's impacting your health. And remember what I always say in all my videos, when something impacts your functioning, like you can't do it day to day, then it's a problem, and you need probably professional help. And I'll get to that as one of my tips at the end of this. This next thing I want to talk about is generational curse of eating. And I think a lot of people fall into this thing with, oh, it runs in my family, like diabetes and high blood pressure and all the other diseases that are really related to kind of your diet, kind of. Some of it is hereditary, but I was reading a lot of articles and it was saying that it wasn't. So I was trying to kind of see what that was about, and then I heard my favorite vegan influencer, Tabitha Brown, mention that, okay, yeah, we may have diabetes that runs in our family, but what it is that generational curse of the foods that we're eating. So for instance, my family, I know we grew up, I couldn't stand chitlins, but they ate chitlins, fatback, we had deer, we had rice probably almost every day, pork, what else? collard greens. Um, but it was very good. I mean, that's my mom cooked. That's what we did. But now I know as I get older that I can't continue to eat those things. I can't eat rice every day. I can't eat macaroni and cheese every day. I can't eat fatback and all those things that chitlins I never ate. I can't stand those. I don't know how y'all eat those. But anyway, and I don't know why you're still eating them. But all of that stuff, that's a generational curse from eating, because you're just continually eating things cooked the way they used to be cooked. And you continue to eat that way throughout your life, knowing that you saw mom or dad or auntie or uncle go through serious health problems and they ate that food. So now what we need to do is we need to update those recipes with more healthier options. Not that we have to give them away. And I'm talking about any kind of desserts. Whatever your family ate that was very unhealthy and you know it's unhealthy. I don't even have to give you examples. I did, but you know it's unhealthy. We have to change that. And that's why I say it's a generational curse of food and eating, because sometimes I think we give ourselves the diabetes or the high blood pressures because we won't change what we eat. And I'm guilty of it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect. And sometimes we don't know, and so that's why I make videos like this. It's just to empower people to know eating disorders are real, emotional disorders are real, and we have binge eating is real. And if you feel that you're in these categories or you're doing all these things like me, myself, and I, seek our tips. We'll go into tips, which is where I was going to go. Mindfulness is a way of combating these things. Become aware of what you're putting in your mouth. When you feel like you're about to binge eat or your emotions are running high, be aware of your body. Feel the emotions. Feel the moods. Feel if you're angry. Feel fear, and call it out so you'll understand it, and be aware of what your body is doing before you participate in emotional eating, binge eating, or eating some of those generational cursed foods. Next step is to go see a therapist. I mean, usually emotional eating, binge eating is brought on by some kind of trauma or something that happened in the past, and the way you soothe yourself or make yourself feel better is to eat those comfort foods. That's why they're called comfort foods, because they comfort you. They comfort you when you're happy. They comfort you when you're sad. They comfort you when you're angry. And you don't want food. Food is only supposed to be a source. And my friend Marsha Wynn, hopefully she sees this video as well. She's also a vegan and she had an aneurysm, and she eats very healthy. She's a vegan now, and she was like, food is fuel. You should be eating it to nourish your body, not to soothe yourself or just eat food just because it's there. It's for energy. It's for that purpose. And I'm still learning this stuff too, so that's why I can talk about it. The next thing is to identify your trigger foods. I used to work in an eating disorder facility, and you identify those trigger foods that for them made them want to be binge eat, or made them want to not eat, go anorexia position. And so foods that trigger you, like for me, I try not to put anything in the house that I know that if I get emotional from happy or sad, that I can't just go and grab it. I would literally have to put on shoes, put on pants, and go to the store, which usually I won't do. So I make sure that they're not in the house. So that's one of the tips as well. Identify your trigger foods, and then that next tip is keep those trigger foods far away from you as possible. And then I think the Mayo Clinic says keep a food diary, tracking your food that you're eating, just to make sure you're not you know, participating in binge eating, emotional eating, or anything like that. And so those are the tips I have for you. And hopefully this video helps someone. I thank you for joining my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, like it, hit the bell. And when I say subscribe, hit subscribe, and like the video, share it, and hit the bell so that you'll know when I upload new videos. Again, thank you. This is Dr. Dare. Have a great day.